Guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to be going live with Amy from the Wayfarer's book. Now you might remember Amy, or you should remember Amy, as me and Amy did the Trans Siberian train trip across Russia last summer, one of the most amazing and epic adventures of my entire life. And what we're going to do is we're going to make cocktails. Now the reason we chose this is when we were in Russia doing the train trip, we actually went to cool cocktail bars and speakeasies in almost every single city we went to. And Amy has like a huge love of cocktail bars, and like she even wrote a whole post about like the best cocktail bars in Russia. So I'm gonna pick one or two cocktails to make. I've got my supplies here. And Amy's gonna choose a few cocktails to make. We're gonna talk you guys through how you make these cocktails or these drinks. So if you're watching, you can make a drink as well. Sit down and watch the video with us. And then we're gonna talk about all of our best moments, our absolute highlights from our Trans-Siberian train journey. And we're gonna bring you guys along on the journey with us. So tune in now for a live interview or a live Tipsy Travelers talk with Amy from the Wayfarer's book.
So hi everyone, my name is Amy and I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching English overseas outside of America for the last 5 years. And last year I was working in Russia, and I decided that over the summer I wanted to do the Trans Siberian. And Janet also went through the Trans Siberian. So we randomly got to meet up in Moscow and spend 2.5 weeks going across Russia. It was amazing. Currently I live in Kiev in Ukraine. This is my second time living here, and it's great normally. I mean, obviously with the quarantine, not so great, but overall it's a great place.
Right, it is so good to have you here, like I said. And actually, what I would love you to start with is how you had already planned this Trans-Siberian trip. I didn't even know you at this stage. And if you could just tell everyone like how you had kind of planned it, and then I sort of contacted you.
Yeah, so I had been living in Russia. I've been working as a teacher, and I knew that summer after I finished teaching was like the only chance I probably ever would have to do the Trans-Siberian. If any of you guys have tried to go to Russia before, you know that most countries need to get a visa, and the visa process is super annoying. So I decided I would do the Trans-Siberian that summer, and I had somebody who was going to come with me, and he canceled like 3-4 months out. He said, I can't do it, I have too many things going on. So there was a moment where I was like, should I do it? Should I just not do it? And finally I was like, nope, like go for it. This is the time. And then about like a week later, I saw on Facebook that you were interested in doing it around the same time. And I was like, yeah, like I already have a lot of the trains picked out, like come and we'll do it together.
Yeah, no, I was like so happy. Somebody tagged me in a Facebook post and was like, this girl wants to do the Trans-Siberian. And I was like, I had wanted to do it for like 10 years. I'm not even kidding. Like all the way through college. I even have like a 10-year-old Trans-Siberian planet because I thought I was going to do it about 10 years ago. And in the end, it just seemed so complicated to plan all the trains, and it was just getting really expensive, and I didn't have that much money. So yeah, like when I found out that you were doing it, I mean, I was so lucky. You had already organized most of it. So I didn't have to do, well, we split some of it. Like I went, right, and I booked some of the accommodation.
Yeah.
You did all the trains and anything to do with knowing Russian.
Yeah.
Which
wasn't easy because I don't really know Russian either, but I was in Russia, so I had friends who could help me when I had problems. So
yeah, that was so confusing. You were in Moscow, right, at the time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You were living there. Yeah, that was amazing. So yeah, so then like I flew to Moscow. Well, I mean, like obviously we messaged for the month or the few weeks or whatever and arranged everything. It was really weird because I was like, this is so weird. I'm literally flying to Russia, a country I've never been to meet a girl I don't know. Like, yeah, we've been messaging, but we didn't know each other. We didn't know if we would get along well or not. And we were going to be doing quite a long trip, like in quite close, confined space. But yeah, so yeah, I flew to Russia then, and obviously we met up, and the rest is history. Okay, so I have not made my drink yet, so I just want to let everyone know that the theme of this talk is called Tipsy Travelers Talk. It is a new series I'm going to be doing on my YouTube channel once a week, at least once a week, where I'm going to call up someone that I've traveled with, or a blogger or a YouTuber, or you know, a world traveler, and we're going to discuss our travels. And we're going to make drinks. We're going to drink and discuss our travels. So I think you made one already. So if you want, you can talk them through that while I quietly make a drink here.
Yeah. So this drink, it's an aloe vera margarita, and it's sort of based off of a drink that I had on our Trans Siberian. It was in Krasnoyarsk, which is like kind of in the middle of Russia. To be honest, not a lot of foreign tourists stop there. When we first arrived in the city, we weren't that impressed, to be honest. we had some amazing adventures in Krasnoyarsk. The reason that we stopped there was there's this huge national park that's right there. So we didn't have to like go to another town and then go to a national park. So we were there kind of like to hike around, see the park. Janet found this amazing, like weird theme park. We did an alpine bobsled. The city we weren't so impressed with, but we did go to a couple of cocktail bars. And to me, Krasnoyarsk kind of stands out as one of the great places for cocktails. I think because all the other bartenders were like, there are no bars there. Because we asked everywhere we stopped in the Trans Siberian, we're like, we're going to this city next. Where should we go? And all the bartenders had recommendations. But with Krasnoyarsk, they were like, there's nowhere to go there. But we went to one place that my next cocktail is inspired by them, which was super fun. This cocktail was inspired by a place that was kind of a basement. It wasn't very lively when we went there because it was like 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, but you could tell it was a hip hangout. And I had a salted alloy, like a gin drink, I think. I don't know. I don't even know what was in it, but I wanted to try something with aloe vera. So I did like a little margarita with a little bit of aloe vera.
I should clarify at this point that Amy is big into her cocktails. Like I've never met anyone in my life that is more into her cocktails than Amy. Like I knew she was like, yeah, do you like to drink? I'm like, yeah, I like to drink. I'm from Ireland, you know? But yeah, she like had like researched all these cocktail bars, and like they weren't even just cocktail bars, they were like speakeasies, a lot of them. And like I had only ever been to about 2 or 3 speakeasies in my life. So for me, I mean, all the memories of our Trans Siberian are like this bar and this bar and this speakeasy and this speakeasy. And I mean, you were so good at documenting like the drinks that you had in every bar and the ingredients, and I was just like, give me another one.
At the beginning, at the end, my notes from Vladivostok, which is the last city, there's like a line written. It was like, this was a good drink.
Start of every night. Like if we had, because some nights like we had pretty big, like what, Perm, wasn't it? We had pretty big night. We were out till like 3 a.m. or something in Perm. But you know, we had quite a few drinks that night, so I don't think we can remember all the drinks that we had. Yeah. Oh, so I just, yeah, like I said, I just made a really basic, an Irish inspired drink because I'm back in Ireland. So it's Jameson, ginger and lime. It's quite popular in the bars here. It's pretty simple, and we don't have that many. Actually, I don't even have lime, so I have like this fake lemon. I don't think it's the same, and I can't even open it. Let's see. Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm cheating with my ingredients. I actually have a aloe vera plant. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll make my own aloe vera syrup. No, I just went to the store and just bought this.
Love it. I love it. Oh my god. Okay, so let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Freaking in ages. Cheers, girl.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's good. I should have more of that. Yeah, so let's start at the beginning. So obviously we met up one day, 1 or 2 times in Moscow before we got the train. Yeah. And then we met at the train station. I remember you were saying goodbye to your guy at the time. Yeah. And then we hopped on the train, and our first stop was Kazan. We have made it to Kazan, our first stop on our Trans Siberian adventure. Been one of my absolute favorite places. Like that place is so beautiful, and I knew nothing about it. I didn't even know it was a city before going there. Can you remember the name any of the cocktail bars we went to in Kazan?
Oh, I should, because let's see, a month ago I wrote a blog post about it. So there was, we started out
that one, Mr. Willard.
Mr. Willard, yeah, that was excellent. Mr. Willard's. Super speakeasy type. You have to like message them on Instagram first, and then
we were standing on those stairs, and someone came outside the door and was like, "Amy, Janet." We're like, "Oh, that's us." Like, it looked like a building or something. Like it didn't look. We were like, attached to some shops, but it didn't look like anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go in, and I think it was either arriving or leaving. They gave us a shot. Remember, it was like in the doorway or something.
I think it was leaving.
Leaving, yeah. We got in. There was like candles everywhere.
It was a hot chocolate shop or something.
Oh
something
yeah.
boring.
Oh, we definitely got it leaving, because I remember going down the street with it. That's so funny. We got in, and the girl, I just remember that girl. Like, I love her. Like, she's amazing. Like the
Regina.
Sorry?
Yeah. Her name is Regina.
Regina, that's it. Regina. Yeah. Regina, if you're watching this, hi. Yeah, like she was unreal. Like, such a good bartender. And like, yeah, I remember I was like, I will never forget this. I was just like drinking away, and I was like, oh, marshmallows. Like, I love marshmallows. I don't know why. Like, I have no idea why. And she just like was like, oh, and she like pulls out a bag of marshmallows, and she just starts toasting one, and then like makes me a drink and puts the marshmallow in it. And I'm like, where did you even get that from?
Yeah. That was a really cool place. They were so good. They like knew their history about cocktails too. Like Mr. Willard that's the name of some guy who invented cocktails, basically, like the modern cocktail as we know it. And that was a really cool place.
Yeah, that was so cool. I was like, that place just made me think like, oh, I love Kazan. I want to live here. And then we went to that other one. Like, I can't remember the name of it, but remember we were walking on the street looking for a place, and this woman was like, I don't know if it was a man or a woman. They were, I want to show you. And like, we followed them for a while, and they showed us how to get to that other cool bar.
Yeah, that was in the first one of the night, like more, which means sea.
Yes, yes, more.
Yeah.
That was some crack. Like, all guys working there, and like me and you just sitting at the bar, and like they just took their turns like coming up to us, and like I feel like we got loads of free shots or something. We're at our last cocktail bar of our trip here in Kazan. This one is called, what is it called? Communalka? It looks kind of like a living room. It's like really cool.
Like a communal
so, as always, in the bars here in Kazan, they give you a free shot when you come in.
Yeah.
So, free shot. Cheers.
Cheers.
They were super nice, and they helped you find Mr. Willard. Like, he's like, oh yeah, you should message them on Facebook. And I feel like, and I want to say that this at the start is that's kind of how the cocktail bar speakeasy scene in Russia worked, is that you, not me, you would talk to the bartenders and get like, be friendly, and then you'd be like, oh, do you have any recommendations for Yekaterinburg? And they'd be like, oh, my friend works in this bar, or you have to go in this bar. And it kind of continued like that, like, you know, each new city, right?
Yeah, that's when I travel, like that's one of the best ways to get recommendations for bars, is talk to your bartender and ask them like where the best places are in the other, like in that city or in the surrounding cities if you're going to other cities.
Let's talk about Perm, because let's talk about Perm. Because I know a few other people that have done the Trans Siberian, and they were like, Perm? You went to Perm? And it turns out maybe one of the nicest buildings in Perm is actually the train station, which is the building where you go to leave this city. There doesn't seem to be too much to do here. The weather has been a little bit crap since we arrived. It's been raining. We spent the morning in the Perm Museum of Contemporary Art, which was quite interesting. And then we just sort of walked around. There's a few pretty buildings, but nothing spectacular so far. Guys, it's time for a drink. We're heading into a gastropub called Derby here in Perm. Cheers. Well, we probably had one of our best nights out in Perm, right?
Yeah, that was amazing. And that was, we kind of talked to bartenders, and that's how we got to the best part of Perm, which is Station B.
We are out here in Perm, and we're on the hunt for cocktail bars. So we've been recommended Kavinsky. I don't know if you can see the sign here. So we've come to this gate and rather interesting red lights, so we're going in.
So we had like We had a couple of bars in mind, and I think I actually started that night earlier than you did. Like, I think you were like, I have some work to do. I was like, I also have some work to do. So went to Gatsby, and that like changed my opinion about Perm. I was like, oh, there are amazing cocktails here, and like the bartenders are really good. And then they told us to go to Speakeasy, a bar called Speakeasy.
I love that place.
It was like
we walked in that like corridor, we were like, oh, maybe it's down here. It was like really dodgy in this like totally dodgy car park.
And then after, was it, I don't know actually who told us about Station B. It might have been the Gatsby guys.
I think the Gatsby guys had mentioned it, saying like, oh, that's where people go after work, like bartenders go, right?
Yeah.
And then when we were in Speakeasy, those guys were really nice as well. And they're like, oh yeah, we're all going to Station B after work. So then me and you were like, yeah, okay, we're going.
And then we couldn't really find it because it was only like 2 a.m. So the bartenders weren't off work yet. Yeah. So like the bar was empty. And we were just like walking down the street of Perm trying to find.
That was a definite residential area. There was no bars there. Like we got like an Uber or whatever. I don't know. It was all felt a bit dodgy actually going there. It was my only time when I was like, I don't know, we should be doing this. We had quite a few drinks, and me and you were like just laughing, walking around the streets of Perm. This is probably going to be the second last bar we're going to go to tonight. It is called, wait, what's it called?
Speakeasy.
Oh yeah, Speakeasy Bar. It's actually called Speakeasy Bar. Guys, we're in the middle of a car park. There are disused Ladas wherever I look, okay? There's Lada cars, there's no one around, but we saw a light, so I'm pretty sure there's a bar behind this door. Look, let's just be honest here, guys. It's, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. We left a bar that was open till 2. And this bar is open till 6. It's
Whenever
called Station B.
Actually.
Apparently, all the barmen that work in all the other bars in Perm come here.
Okay, travel tip, ask your bartender where they drink.
Yeah, ask the bartenders where they drink, and then you can figure out where to go when everything else closes. So apparently Station B, now you have to like sort of know someone to go there. So we know everyone. We're sorted. I think Amy's bringing us the wrong way personally, because I'm pretty sure Station B is back there.
On my Google.
Yeah, well my Google says different to her Google. I don't know where her Google's from, fucking New York or somewhere. Anyway,
Listen,
look,
find
we're
it.
going.
We just have to call
We're
them.
going to Station B. We're gonna call them. I don't know if I can use my camera, guys. So I might not be able to show you anything.
No, don't use your camera. This is
So
need to be
this
cool.
is it.
Sorry, guys.
This is it, guys. Yeah, a bit drunk. And then but then did you call someone and they came outside or something?
Yeah, I called somebody, spoke very bad Russian and some English, and they eventually came outside and got us. And then like, the co-owner of Station B is a woman, and she came over to us at one point, and she was like, I heard about you girls.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, someone from I think Station B had called ahead, or was it from Gatsby? I'm not. Maybe it was Gatsby. They're like, these two foreigner girls, they're coming, so be nice to them.
People were so nice to us.
Something about the Trans Siberian is like when I was doing it, or when I was planning it before, you know, you have all these ideas of what it would be like, and all of my ideas were to with the train. I never thought about the cities. Like it was always, taking the train across Russia. Like in my head, I didn't really know much about the cities, and I didn't know what to expect. But like, it just totally blew my mind. Like how friendly everyone was, because I feel like people stereotype Russians as not being friendly. But yeah, everyone was like, why are you going to Russia? Like when I said, everyone was like, Russia? Why are you going to Russia? And I was like, why not? And then by the end of our trip, I'm like, oh my God, like, Russian people are so nice.
They don't necessarily have the same sort of smiley, bubbly personality that like maybe other countries do, but it doesn't mean they're not nice or helpful. Yeah. And like if I never felt like anyone was mean to us or rude to us or anything, and people would go out of their way to help us. Definitely at the bars, they were incredibly nice to us. In the hostels and the hotels, they were great too. So if anyone's sort of nervous about it, and like we don't speak Russian.
Yeah,
like I understand a little bit.
None.
Yeah. So don't be, if you want to do it, don't be intimidated, because people will help you too.
We used Uber, right? Or not Uber, what was the other, the Russian equivalent, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yandex.
Yandex. Yeah.
Yandex Taxi, yeah. So we used Yandex Taxi, and like, I don't know if we would have survived without that. It was amazing. You know, like we used it to get everywhere, and it's so cheap. On the train, like with that woman, do you remember the woman with the daughter? And she was like, I think she sat you down for about 3 hours showing you pictures of her husband who had won medals for marathons or something, and like all her pictures. And she did not speak a word of English.
No, and I speak like 2-year-old Russian, so.
You got a lot. You were like, cappuccino, please. Yeah, you definitely know how to say that. That's for sure. There's one other bar I just thought it was in. Maybe it was Krasnoyarsk. Yeah, I was just thinking because Krasnoyarsk people were definitely like, why are you going to Krasnoyarsk? Because most people go straight to Lake Baikal and like go to Irkutsk and spend longer there. But honestly, Krasnoyarsk was one of my favorite stops, even though it was very mixed what happened to us there. Okay, the Bobrovy Log, I think it's called Bobrovy Log, the theme park.
Yeah.
Like that was unbelievably fun. Like the mountain roller coaster thing, whatever they call it.
Bob coaster, right? Or the Bob Coaster Bob. Coaster Bob.
Coaster Bob. Coaster Bob. Oh my god. And like the Bob coaster was amazing, so much fun. The zip line scared me more than a lot of things have scared me.
That was terrifying.
Like, I don't know, I was like so worried about the safety record. And like, remember our face was like right up against that, I don't know, whatever barrier, and then it just dropped.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh my god. What was that? I was actually like doing a freaking bungee jump or something. It was way scarier than I thought. Make your feet hang out and then the door just opens like a trap and you just go flying down a mountain. What was that?
They were like, sit down. Actually, they didn't really speak any English. They were just like, point.
I was like, Amy, I don't know if I'm strapped in properly. I can't speak Russian to him.
And I'm a nervous laugher, so I'm just giggling the entire time. I'm like, you know, like holding on really tightly.
The bag. He's like, I'll just tie it down here like this. I'm like, that's got all my camera gear, my drone, everything. Have we covered all the cocktail bars? So we did Kazan, Perm.
We did. We were only in Yekaterinburg for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
We went to one where they had their own. They had like their own limoncello in one. Remember when that was called like the tea?
And there was some meter thing on the wall where they would count how many shots they'd given out or something, right?
Yeah. And they gave us a little flask to take with us, which was really nice.
Oh, that was so nice. That guy was so friendly. It was so nice. Oh, and that's what I was going to say is the bar in Krasnoyarsk. Remember that night? Like we hardly had any time there, but we did go to that bar, and when we sat in the outdoor section, the bartenders were so friendly. Remember I got that drink, it was full of jelly babies.
That was maybe one of my favorite bars. In fact, my next cocktail is like a riff off of the cocktail I had there, because I had some sort of like Marcella chai cocktail that was phenomenal. That was what was cool. It's called Soho, and it was like kind of, you could tell it's like kind of like a party place. Though we were there again like during the week, so it wasn't like full blown party.
In the right mood, it might have taken off, but we weren't that pushed to stay out that late, I don't think.
Yeah, that's also true. We were there kind of early. But they had it's kind of a party place, and they definitely had like party-ish cocktails, like yours, that was like a fishbowl and had jelly babies in it and was like smoking with dry ice. But then they had more refined cocktails too, so it really was like whatever your mood was. Yeah. And then all the bartenders took a shot with us. Like 5 guys came and took a shot.
Not just like, it wasn't just like one guy chatting with us, like literally, foreigner girls. And I guess we were just chatting as well. But I mean, I think there was 4 or 5 of them, right? And they all took a shot with us.
That was amazing.
I think I love that as well, because like that stuff doesn't really happen in Ireland anymore. Back in the day maybe, but like people that are working, you're not really supposed to drink while you're working, you know, like whereas really feel like there was that many rules in many of the places in Russia. Definitely not in that bar. They were just like, yeah, let's do another one. Let's do another one. I'm like, are you guys actually drinking that? Like, that's insane. You're just doing all these shots while you're working. So talk us through this cocktail. We'll watch you make it.
Okay. So it's a chai cocktail. So again, I don't remember what I had at that bar. All I remember was it was a really good chai cocktail. So I went online and I found a chai latte martini recipe, which again, I don't really remember what I drank. So the guys at Soho can correct me when they watch this. But the first step was
this video. Hey guys from Soho, we love you.
Yeah, send us alcohol. So first I made like a spice mix. And then I like mixed it with hot water, and I steeped a tea bag in it and added milk to it. And the result, hold on, I have to go get it from the fridge. So the result is this. It doesn't look really great. It's like milky. It's like chai. You know, it's like spicy chai latte. So it's just equal parts vodka and this chai mix. And I'm gonna use a new shaker. I got a brand new cocktail shaker from my favorite bar in Kiev that's branded with their logo.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
By the way, well, on your Instagram stories, I saw your little cocktail bar. That's what I'm calling it. You have so much alcohol in your house. But I mean, what do I expect? It's Amy, the cocktail lover, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, it's quarantine. Well, it was quarantine lockdown, so I understand everyone needed a few drinks.
This is my first time using this. It didn't go very well.
Good spill.
I'm not a bartender myself. This is why I go to the bar. This is it. It's good. It's like a spicy little martini. Cheers. Not as good as the one I had at Soho in Krasnoyarsk. So guys, you still are at the top. But when you can't go to Russia, I guess you can at least make your own.
So I think we covered all that just because I mainly wanted it to be about all of the amazing cocktail bars. We did Kazan and we did Perm and we did Yekaterinburg, which is where we got that limoncello. Where did we go after Yekaterinburg?
Krasnoyarsk, which we did.
Krasnoyarsk.
Then we went to Irkutsk, and I went to 2 cocktail bars. You stayed in because you weren't feeling well in Irkutsk. I went to 2 cocktail bars. It was a way quieter experience, and one of them I was the only person there. And in the other one, there was another big group that came in after I sat down. But what was cool about the bars in Irkutsk is both of them seemed to like be interested in using like local ingredients and local flavors and stuff like that, local produce. So that was cool about Irkutsk.
Yeah. And
Ulan-Ude.
That place. That place. Let's just start, okay, by clarifying what happened when we arrived in Ulan-Ude. We only had a short stopover, but like we were so wrecked. We needed a few hours sleep. So I found the cheapest hotel I could find, which I don't know. I really think that place was like some sort of brothel, or I don't know, pay by the hour motel. There was no bathroom. Like, wasn't that weird?
Yeah,
We had to go into another bedroom to find a bathroom. It was so weird.
So strange. The only other guests I remember seeing there was like a family, right? At breakfast.
Yeah,
it was like a teenage boy.
They mistakenly booked it as well. I don't know. It was weird. So that was our start. So then we were like, this place is weird. The bed was really uncomfortable. Everything was weird, but whatever. We tried to sleep for a few hours. Then we went out to explore the amazing city of Ulan-Ude. And we saw, what did we see there?
That's where the largest statue of Lenin's head is.
Yeah.
That's the big draw for Ulan-Ude.
We did get some cool pictures there that I'm going to put up.
There was some there. I mean, it was fun in the fact that it was so strange and normal.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a weird place. Maybe if you had a few days, and the weather was a bit mixed as well, I think, when we were there.
Yeah, it was.
But I remember we went to an Irish-English pub or something. It was either an Irish and English pub, and I remember having like, I don't know, a pint of Heineken. And I'm like, this is so weird. I'm in Ulan-Ude in Russia, drinking a pint of Heineken. Like, what is happening?
There were no cocktail bars in Ulan-Ude, but there was a bar at the top of the hotel that like rotated or something. Yeah. I don't remember. They're like, this is the best bar in Ulan-Ude, and like Lonely Planet had some
Well,
choice.
TripAdvisor rated it as like the #1 thing to do in Ulan Ude.
So we were like, all right, well, we'll go do that. But it was closed for a private event. So like,
I'm like, come on, we'll try to sneak in.
yeah, I was like, we can get into a private event wearing like, I was like wearing a NASA t-shirt from H&M and like shorts and
yeah, clothes like I'm gonna be washed in like 3 days.
yeah, we were not getting into that event.
And then the other thing, well, considering this whole talk apparently is about drinking, I do want to touch about the train, okay? Because
Right.
Well, first of all, when I years ago thought about doing the Trans Siberian, I did have it in my head, oh, the vodka train, I'm going to get on, we're going to get drunk the whole way, and I'm going to be playing card games with the Russians, and no one will understand me, and they'll, you know, and there'll be loads of other tourists, and we'll all be getting drunk together. And, you know, you have these ideas in your head, and that's, I don't know, I always hear the Trans Siberian is so popular, but there was no one on any of our trains.
We saw so few tourists. I remember the one time we went to the dining car and there were a bunch of tourists, I think between Yekaterinburg and, what was the big, Novosibirsk. Do you remember on the platform, we're like, we're going to get some beer from the people who sell things on the platform.
Or something.
There were only 3 beers and the couple bought them all.
But we didn't make any foreigner backpacker type friends. And on top of that, we really didn't meet anyone in any of the hostels either.
No,
At all.
We didn't.
Ever.
The one place was, there were like a bunch of like actual expats, like foreigners, was Irkutsk.
Yeah, Irkutsk was the only place where there was actually backpackers there, but they were kind of quiet as well. Like, it wasn't like everyone was chatting to each other and stuff. The one place I thought I was so sure that would happen was Lake Baikal. I was like, I can't wait to get to Lake Baikal because everyone goes there, and you know, we're gonna meet people and hang out, and it's gonna be so cool. And like, that definitely didn't happen in Lake Baikal. And there was that whole confusion about our accommodation. We didn't know if they had our booking or not. And it was all confusing. And then even that boat trip we did, like, pretty sure it was all Russians. I can't remember exactly, but I think
it was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
It was so fun, that boat trip. And then those old, I don't know what, Soviet style bus things, whatever they are. The great.
Yes.
That was so fun.
Yes.
So lastly, let me just ask if could you pick 2 or 3 highlights from the whole trip? Do you have any moments, whether they're to do with cocktails or not? What are your 2 highlights?
The coaster bob in Krasnoyarsk was a highlight. It was amazing. And it's like the kind of thing that would like cost way too much money in Switzerland. Oh, yeah. But like in Russia, it cost us like $8 or something. And I think like being on the train and going to the different dining cars, even though there were often drunk people who would harass you for money, like that was still kind of fun. Like, you remember our grocery store run in the middle between Ulan Ude and Vladivostok? We didn't bring any food because every other train had a restaurant car, and then this one didn't have a restaurant car for 3 days. So
people still that video, you know that, like, because that video went mini viral, like my nightmare experience on the Trans Siberian, which was obviously a clickbaity title, but you know, it was like we were stuck on this train for 3 days. And there was no sockets. Remember the first one? There was no sockets in our room, or there was only one or something. We had to charge. I think there was one. We had to charge in the corridor, and on top of that, I was like, Amy, there's no restaurant card. And you were like, but there has to be. But everyone was like, oh, that can't be possible. Like on a 3-day journey, there, of course there is. And I'm like, oh, there isn't. Like I literally walked the whole. They were like, oh, you must have just missed it. I'm like, why would I lie about something like this?
On the stupidest train ever.
We messed up, guys. We messed up real good. We're not really sure what we're gonna do. It's kind of a disaster. This is the final train of our trip from Moscow to Vladivostok. So we are going to be on this train for 3 whole days. It's pretty exciting. You don't look very happy. What's wrong?
On the stupidest train ever.
Go on, back to the supermarket run.
Oh yeah, so we had like 20 minutes to stop, and it was the longest stop we had like during the day on this three day journey from Ulan Ude to Vladivostok. So we got off at the platform and we saw the grocery store, and we were like, oh, we can make it. And we just like sprinted across, and like, I don't know if you're a kid from the 90s like I am, and like America, we had this TV show called Supermarket Sweep.
I know that show.
It's a game show where like they run around and they like get groceries and all this stuff, and it felt like that. We were running at you. I was like, you get the cheese, I'll look for fruit, and like, oh, it It was wild.
We have to run and see if we can find some food. Anything that isn't noodles. Oh my god, we're so sick of noodles. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Really need something else. To the supermarket. Really, really hope our train doesn't leave without us or we're screwed. Where's the door? Where's the door? Oh, there. We're kind of far from our train right now. We are in a supermarket. All our stuff is on the train. Get us some cheese. It's that way. Check out the goodies we got in the supermarket.
So I was recording it when we were running down. I'm like, I hope the train doesn't leave without us. And then I'm like, Amy, all our stuff is on the train. Like, we're actually so, I think even my phone was still charging because we were so blasé about, that was one thing. I was never scared of anything getting stolen. I'd like leave my laptop on my bed. Like, we never really locked our carriage. But yeah, we're like running and I'm trying to make the vlog, remember? And I'm like, we're running. This is my supermarket sleep. I just grab some raisins, grab some cheese, grab some honey. Those last 3 days, even though at the time I was like, oh my God, this is just the worst. Like, I knew even at the time, okay, this is a cool experience, you know, of course, looking back, it will be great. But it was a bit tough, like, because I'd planned to do so much and, you know, and just not being able to charge stuff. And then just the food was an issue because we really did think, I was like, I kind of saved some of my money and I was like, I'm just going to eat in the restaurant cart, have what I want. So there wasn't a restaurant cart. So yeah, it kind of sucks just living on pot noodles for 3 days, you know, but I'm sure you'll probably agree is, I don't know, it kind of was one of the highlights really, like that, those 3 days. Like,
yeah, I really like that stretch because like when we did get off the train, people were selling things. So like one time I went and like bought like a plastic bag of Vareniki. Like the local women like make food at home and they bring it in Tupperwares and they just dole out how much you want into like a plastic bag. And it was very real, you know, like.
It was a real authentic experience. And because there wasn't that many tourists, it made it even better, I think.
Know what your expectations are going in, but know that they might not get met and don't get disappointed by it because it's like, I don't know, it could go either way. Like you, maybe if you're at the right season, there's like a lot of tourists, like, but the Trans Siberian, it's not like, you know, it's not like one train that goes from Moscow to Vladivostok. It's a railroad and it's like,
I don't know, such good memories from that trip. Like I mean, obviously the current situation, who knows what's going to happen, but I do want to go back to Russia. And I do want to travel more in that entire region, like outside of Russia, like more like the stands. I really want to go back to Kazakhstan. I love that so much. Good times. Who knows? Sometime we'll get to travel again, that's for sure. But this was fun. Tipsy Travelers Talk, a few drinks, reminiscing about our amazing trip. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to me and just having fun about it. It was great.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It was fun, definitely to reminisce.
Oh, good.